So in that context, we will have a brief presentation on experiences around the use of Portuguese language from among the students. Just want to be sure, is the presentation ready there? So I understand that there's a technical problem with the computer. They are bringing in a new, yeah. So while they are trying to set up the computer, there's an activity that was supposed to have taken place earlier, but we couldn't do it for some reason. So I'd like to invite Dr. Yemi Akimbamejo to lead us in this activity. Professor Murillo. Are the photographers around? Daniel?
Just sitting like that. Your Excellency, the Ambassador of Nigeria to the Federal Republic of Brazil, the Executive Secretary of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, and our distinguished Vice Chancellors, faculty members of the different universities being hosted here today by Visosa, the TED Fund team, members of staff of the Nigerian Embassy, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to start off a very small ceremony by which we would like to make some presentations to some of our distinguished partners and authorities. And to help me with that, I'm going to invite Professor Bola Obo to come upstage. Do we have Professor Simoni in the house? Oh, okay. All right. So, Professor Obo. So we're going to, the whole idea is to have a token of appreciation. As Dr. Ibrahim was saying, that this facility to develop our human capital has been at the goodwill of the government of the federal government of Brazil, but there are also people who have in many ways burnt the midnight oil to be able to get this program underway. So first person to be recognized is the Nigerian ambassador to the Federal Republic of Brazil, His Excellency Ambassador Professor Muhammadu Meikarfi. Yes, you will present. Your Excellency. Yes, just do that here.
On behalf of FARA, sir, we say thank you very much for all the support to all the programs that we are carrying out in Brazil. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. He said it was unexpected, but I want to add that we are only paying upfront because we will call on your office. But thank you so much, Your Excellency. The second personality that we would like to recognize is none other than the Executive Secretary of TED Fund himself, who, despite all odds, it's not easy, but he left everything back in Abuja to join us here. We just want to say thank you so much, Architect Sonny Echono, for finding time to be with us.
Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of FARA, we say thank you for your time, for the support TED Fund is also giving to this program. We are very grateful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Okay, so I'm happy that Architect Sonny Echono didn't say it was unexpected. I was going to tell him that we are paying up front.
For the more to come.
Okay, so now we are crossing the Atlantic, and we would like to invite one of the people that I really have a lot of admiration for the commitment to the program. Actually, the next three, they've been phenomenal. So first of them was the Professor Murilo Zerbini, the Associate Dean of Postgraduate School.
It was. Thank you very much for your commitment and the way you have helped us with all these Nigerian students. We are very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So for him, he said it was not necessary, but I will explain why it is necessary. He's not a Nigerian. Okay. Professor, where is Vladimir? Okay. Is he going to Russia again?
No, not yet.
Vladimir.
He's negotiating with Ukraine.
The next person is another incredible personality for ARIFA. When he's not in Russia, he's busy around here. So we just want to say thank you so much, Vladimir, for being there. We call him 25 hours a day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vladimir, for all you have done to make sure this program takes off. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to have you here. It was a dream. We have dreamed so many times, a long time ago, and now I finally have you here. I hope you can come back many times here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's the only Brazilian that prostrates for a king in Nigeria. Okay, Simone is not here, so Murilo, will you collect for Simone? Okay, Professor Simone Facione is not here, but you saw her already in the morning session. So Professor Murilo will collect for her.
Yes. Thank you very much. Please give our regards to Professor Simone. We really appreciate all she's done for us and all she will do in the future.
Thank you. Okay, so the other two we will suspend. Yeah. Thank you very much, Professor Obo. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Dean. Thank you. So I just want to get a confirmation that we now have a functional computer. Is it working now? Está funcionando aí?
We think that we have fixed the computer, okay? I'm from computer science, and when the computer starts working again, we don't ask questions. So just try. So I hope it doesn't have problems again. So we think we have fixed. Professor, I would like to introduce to you Professor Idalena Chaves. She's here. She's the Portuguese for foreigners professor in our university. She has taught Portuguese for several of these scholars. And she's going to present here, give a presentation about what she has been doing in this 1 year and a half with the Nigerian scholars. And I'm going to help her during the presentation. Professor Idalena, please come. Okay, we have your presentation here, and I'm going to help you. Let's see if it's working, the other mic here. Okay, no, yes? Can you hear me? Yes, okay. No. You're turning Brazilian, I can see. Please, please.
Olá a todos, boa tarde. Good, very good. Tudo bem? Muito prazer, muito prazer. Okay. Sorry, I don't speak English very well. Okay, but I will speak in Portuguese. After all, I am Portuguese professor. Yeah. But yeah, Professor Vladimir will do the translation. Okay? Thank you for them.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
Yes. Eu vou falar um pouco sobre a importância da internacionalização e a língua portuguesa e como foi aprender português online, né?
So Professor Idalena is going to talk about the importance of Portuguese language in our internationalization process of the internet, of the university, and also the challenges of what has been teaching Portuguese online.
Yeah. Eu, Idalena, and my assistant, né? Kevin, Mariana, Vini, remember them? Yeah. Sim. Ok, pode passar, por favor.
Temos um passador aqui.
Ah, onde? Aqui não?
Here.
Ok. Melhor. Então, para cá.
Sim. Está funcionando aí?
Uau. É só assim, tá ligado? Olha.
Não sei.
Ah, lá passou. Não, mas passou, acho que passou muito. Ok?
Passando? Está no primeiro aí?
Esse é o primeiro, é.
Então tá.
Ok.
Isso.
A língua portuguesa desempenha um papel fundamental para as ações de internacionalização nas universidades brasileiras.
So the Portuguese language plays a key role for the actions of internationalization in universities in Brazil.
Saber a língua do país que acolhe permite que professores e estudantes estrangeiros interajam e conectam com a cultura local.
So, sorry, as Professor Murilo said earlier, all the activities here, the academic activities will be taken in English, but Professor Idalena said that it's important for the ones that come here to learn Portuguese so that they interact with the local culture.
Okay. O Brasil é um país multicultural. Nós temos influências de várias culturas, indígenas, africanas, europeia, asiática. Temos influência na comida, na dança, na música, nas festividades.
So we said Brazil is a multicultural country, have influence of several cultures, indigenous, African, European, from Asia, and the influences we received that was in food, music, dancing, or everything else.
Okay. E o Brasil também é multilingüe. Nós falamos português, mas nós temos outras línguas no Brasil, não como na África, né?
So we are a single language country. So Portuguese is the only official language, but we also have languages for indigenous people here, language inherited from African people, have language for other people, immigrants, and also language that they use in the borders with other countries, especially Spanish.
Sim. E nós temos várias línguas indígenas em vários estados do Brasil. Norte, Nordeste, Sudeste. Línguas africanas, né, na Bahia, em várias regiões. Imigrantes africanos trouxeram a sua cultura e a sua língua.
Yes, it's just explaining that it's all over the country. There's different languages, but mainly Portuguese. Okay, the only official one is Portuguese.
E os imigrantes que chegam, como falantes de espanhol e de inglês, que trazem também as suas influências.
So there are also people who come in here, especially speaking Spanish, bring their influence.
E as línguas de fronteira, né? A região sul do Brasil faz fronteira com alguns países da América do Sul, como Paraguai, Uruguai e Argentina. Então, temos uma mistura, uma língua característica desta região.
So, especially in the south, people mix our language, Portuguese, with Spanish. That's especially from Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay.
Aprender a língua em contexto de imersão lhe permite experimentar de maneira real os vários aspectos da língua, costumes, culinária e música.
She's repeating what she said, emphasizing some things that is, people who really learn the local language can experiment, especially the local habits, culinary, food, music, and so on.
Isso. Vocês estão em Viçosa. Né? Então, em Viçosa, temos algumas festas. Coloquei aqui uma imagem, Mais Louco que o Batman e Nicoloco. São as mais importantes festas dos estudantes em Viçosa.
Okay, she's just showing examples of parties that the students take. So it's nothing for old people like me. Okay, these are people who drink a lot, but I don't know if it's most useful for younger students, but it's showing here. It's something that is famous here.
O nosso famoso doce de leite, né? Doce de leite de Viçosa, já provaram, Vladimir?
I think you have visited the dairy plant. This one is showing the doce de leite that is very famous here.
Sim. E a Semana do Fazendeiro, que também é um evento que mobiliza toda a cidade, né, e faz parte da cultura local.
So showing also one of the most important events here is called the Farm Day. It's almost 100 years that we are offering this event.
Aqui, esta é a cidade de Viçosa, perto de Belo Horizonte, que é a capital de Minas Gerais.
This is Viçosa, close to our capital, 230 kilometers.
Sim. E a UFV, que é muito importante para a cidade de Viçosa.
And so showing the map where is UFV.
Agora vamos lembrar um pouquinho das nossas aulas. O desafio praticar a língua em contexto de não imersão e online. Vamos lembrar.
So she's challenging her students to show what you have learned in their classes under the challenge that was taken on online classes.
As nossas aulas pelo Google Meet, né, todos os estudantes, né, a Mariana, quem é da Mariana? Tem alguém, aluno da Mariana aqui?
So anyone who was a student from Mariana? Was that? I can see that some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ok, pode passar. Como aprender e praticar o vocabulário, a gramática e a conversa nas aulas online.
So how to learn using only online classes for Portuguese?
O vocabulário, né, contato com a escrita e a pronúncia. Então, os slides com vocabulário, com temas bem significativos para os alunos e as aulas narradas para praticar, para ouvir, né, e praticar a pronúncia.
She's showing some of the classes that you may have taken. Some of them are synchronous classes. Some other ones that you could listen later anytime you want.
Conteúdos significativos, vocabulário sobre famílias, profissões, rotina, esporte, lazer.
So it's dividing this in several different subjects. One's about your family, about your profession or activities, about your daily life, about sports and leisure.
Okay. E a gramática, né, exercícios para praticar a gramática na sala e para fazer em casa.
So showing some of the exercise that you have taken during the classes and also for homework.
Okay. E atividade de leitura, né? Ler, gravar no WhatsApp, celular, foi muito importante nas aulas.
So she's showing one of the activities she had you to read the texts and record it in WhatsApp, send to her the text so she could see your pronunciation.
Ok. E a leitura durante as aulas com textos reais, autênticos, para saber sobre o que estava acontecendo no Brasil no período da pandemia.
It also shows some things about Brazilian news for you to know what was happening in Brazil during the pandemic.
Isa is here? Hello, Isa. Nice to meet you. Isla. Ok. 2021, nós tivemos a aula no primeiro semestre e falamos sobre cultura, vários elementos da cultura. No mês de junho temos as festas juninas. Agora, né, daqui a pouco, vocês que vão ficar em Viçosa vão ver as festas juninas.
So she's saying about some of the cultural aspect that she has explored during the classes. This is one we call here Festa Junina. It is during the month of June, and she's inviting the ones that are here to join these parties in a few months in June. So the typical food that she's showing there, you can try during this month.
Em português, pipoca, milho cozido, bolo de milho, curau, canjica e pamonha. It's delicious.
So I hope you also enjoy. I also enjoy it. Okay. So and I hope she can let you eat, even you don't pronounce it correctly.
Yeah. E também falamos de cultura de outros lugares do Brasil, como Folia de Reis, que acontece em janeiro, e Carnaval. Né? Carnaval, 2020 não tivemos Carnaval, nem 21, este ano, sim. Né? Culturas muito importantes na região.
So other parties that we have here, the name is Folia de Reis during in January, and also Carnival, this is famous worldwide.
Okay. E a culinária, né? Como é a culinária em Minas Gerais? Todos mostraram sobre a culinária na Nigéria e a gente mostrou a culinária em Minas Gerais. Três mais importantes da culinária: café, pão de queijo e queijo.
Okay, she said that during summer classes, she invited the Nigerian scholars to show something about the Nigerian food. And she showed about not only Brazilian food, but food from this state, Minas Gerais. We appreciate a lot coffee, have a very high quality coffee. We appreciate cheese, any type of cheese. Here in Brazil, if you think about people in Brazil say, what people from Minas Gerais like it? People say cheese. Cheese people here. And also, pão de queijo is something made with cheese. It's very famous here. During the coffee break, if we have opportunity now to have the coffee break, you also receive pão de queijo. Okay, you try this.
Hoje vamos experimentar. Yes. No proof. Pão de queijo ainda? Ok, pode passar. 2 pratos, né, para almoço, muito importantes no Brasil, que é a feijoada e o feijão tropeiro. Gostamos muito de feijão todo dia, every day.
So it's also something also not only in Brazil, but especially in Minas Gerais. We love beans. Brazilian people eat beans every day, rice and beans, every day rice beans. But also in this state, Minas Gerais, people love pork. So there's 2 examples of combining beans with pork. A famous feijoada is beans with pork, and also feijão tropeiro, beans also with pork, but it's not like a soup, because that's very, very common here, beans and pork.
It's delicious too. E as tarefas, né? Primeira tarefa para poder praticar a fala. Como praticar a fala sem estar no Brasil?
So they're showing some homeworks. They're practicing Portuguese home.
Eu pedi para gravar um vídeo, né, se apresentando e apresentando a família. Remember?
So I think she's going to show some of their students presenting themselves and their families using the Portuguese they learned.
Pode passar. Também gravar um vídeo apresentando o bairro e a cidade, né? Muitas pessoas mandaram, deixa eu ver, quem está aí? Isa, este é o vídeo do Isa, thank you, Isa. Sobre a rua, como o Isa está falando bem português, hein?
So she asked the Nigerian scholars to record a video where the place they lived and things around the neighborhood. They're trying to express this in either in English or Portuguese. She said that this one is from Isa Rabiu.
Isa apresenta a sua rua na Nigéria.
Presenting his street.
Tudo bem? Bom dia.
Very good Português, hein?
Is that all?
Meu nome é Isa Rabiu. Arrestado casino nigeriano. Hoje eu quero falar sobre minha rua chamada Rua Sarkiruma. As casas de área é Mascuita Central e mercado local chamado Yara, onde as pessoas exibem seus bens materiais de alimentos e roupas e muitos outros itens para venda. Obrigado e até mais. Tchau, tchau.
Muito bom. Parabéns. Parabéns, Isaac. Congratulations.
Which city is this?
Sim.
Sorry? Katsina. Thank you, thank you. Congratulations. Yeah.
Parabéns, muito bom. Saiu, hein? Ok. Também, aqui, deixa eu ver se ela para. Para praticar a fala, tivemos encontros com estudantes de letras para conversar. Vamos ver se...
Sorry. She said that she had meetings with students from the language programs to try to do some conversations with the conversation classes with the Nigerian scholars.
Deu.
No signal. Can't. So, next slide.
Clica duas
The
vezes.
presentation, not the... Sorry.
Se passar na setinha aí não dá, não?
Nossa, a setinha vai fazer a apresentação dele, vai passar o vídeo.
Ah, tá, entendi.
Okay. So go on now.
Finish.
More.
More. Ok.
After this. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Isso.
Thank you.
Encontros individuais com alguns estudantes para conversar em português, né? Tolo Lopes, Sabo Belo, Equemise, né? Josefine Dolapo, Iegbu. Alguém está aí desses?
So Yegbu, I think, is from Lagos, I think. So it's coming. Yeah, I remember they always talk about him.
Sim, isso. Esta uma atividade para praticar português com os brasileiros.
It's an activity they're practicing. She puts each one practicing with one of the students here from languages in Brazil. So they practice Portuguese with the Nigerian scholars.
Isso. Pode dizer que se eles quiserem fazer isso, é tipo teletandem.
Okay.
Que pode entrar em contato comigo.
So anytime you want to practice this again, just contact Professor Idalena. She will arrange that, okay?
Ok. Também tivemos provas, testes. Né?
Okay, so tests for Portuguese.
Sim. E usamos para isso o formulário do Google, né? Google Forms.
So it's, as always, almost all professors here, we were using Google Forms for the tests.
E bem-vindos à Viçosa, bem-vindos, né? Bem-vindos ao Brasil.
Welcome to Viçosa, welcome to Brazil.
E temos também um canal que é Português Todo Dia, né? Português Todo Dia para escutar em português. Né? Todos os estudantes têm o link, né? Tiveram um link para esse canal para poder praticar mais português.
So all the students had access to your YouTube channel for practicing Portuguese, which they calls it Portuguese Every Day.
Ok, thank you.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you.
Muito obrigado. Any question for Professor Idalena? She said that she will only respond if you ask in Portuguese.
Não acredito. I don't believe. One question in Portuguese, please.
So, Abdu is cheating. He's
Como
almost
é o
Brazilian.
seu nome? Oh. Como é o seu nome? Is a question. Em português. Como é o seu nome? Onde você mora? Tudo bem? Obrigado. Ok? De nada, sim. Obrigada.
Thank you very much, people. Yeah. So we hope we go on offering Portuguese training for the scholars that are still coming, okay? So anyone who's got questions that? Sorry, I can take you the microphone too. Quick, please.
Sorry, I only wanted to say in UPOP, we speak better Portuguese than UAB student.
Speak now, let's hear you now.
Okay. Boa tarde, pessoal. Meu nome é Ibrahim Kabir, meu país nigeriano.
Eu moro na nigeriano. Nós falamos português muito bom.
We know who.
Thank you, thank you. Anyone is challenging him? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Where are you? Where from?
Ufla.
Ufla, okay, from
Okay.
Lagos.
Yeah, from Lagos. Boa tarde, professora. Meu nome é Daniel Ogobuchi, ok? Sou nigeriano. Eu estudante da Universidade Federal de Lavras. E preciso aprender.
Very good. Very nice. Hello? Hello? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, people. I can see that it will really work very well. Yeah. Okay. She said that on May she's going to resume the Portuguese classes, okay? Online classes, okay, again. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Professora. Muito obrigado. So we're just about to get into the next segment of the symposium. That means having presentations from the various Brazilian universities here. Just to make sure that have all of you uploaded your presentations. Those of you that haven't, please, my colleague there at the end will assist you. So kindly provide your presentation.
Okay.
So I think we can just call them one by one, and then after they sit and take the questions. So let's start with the presentations that are here. But she's uploading.
Yes, I just think vai estar para nós.
Yes.
Você vai chamar todos para mesa de uma vez ou não?
Não, é porque se você chamar, vai ter apresentação. Aí
Para assistirem, né? Ficam de costas.
Isso, vão ficar de costas.
É, faz sentido. So we will call each one for the presentations. I think if you don't mind, we can follow the order that's suggested here in the program, okay? The first one could be Professor James. Okay, James is the most I can pronounce of this. Okay, how you do read this?
Professor James Oluwagbamigbe Fajimiroe.
Okay, that's what he said. Okay, I'm sorry. And then we follow Professor James from Universidade de Goiás, UFG. We will have Professor Paulo Marchiori from Universidade de Lavras, and then the other ones we will call in, okay? But they're just uploading their presentations. I believe your presentations has been already uploaded, okay? So in a few seconds, we can start with your presentation. Thank you very much, Professor James. Yes. Just a second.
Desculpa, eu devia ter chamado para colocar.
Well, while they're trying to upload the presentation, I can probably make some correction. about my name. Even if you're a Nigerian, you might still find it difficult to pronounce it correctly. The most difficult part is the middle name, which is Oluwagbamigbe. You know, it takes only an Ijesha man to pronounce it very well. So I'm very happy and glad to be here this afternoon. You know, I'm glad for so many reasons. I was saying it the other time that it's very emotional. And I hope at some point we'll be able to have everybody in my university over there. The ambassador, Ted Fund, executive secretary and his team, Dr. Yemi. I will only ask for one thing. Please don't show that Brazil versus Nigeria. The first time I met with our rector, that was 2010. So you're from Nigeria. I felt like throwing me away from the university. I was, well, even the March, I had to go and sleep because I thought it was, you know, so all to, because what, I think midnight or something like that there in Nigeria. So we woke up to see streets, you know, filled with all kind of shouting and all that, you know. So my coming here, I think I have to, before going emotional again, I have to, you know, do this official assignment for the first time for the Federal University of Goiás. I bring to you the goodwill message of our rector, Professor Angelita Pereira de Lima. She's newly, yeah, professora. Okay. So she has just assumed the new post. Then Professor Felipe, who happens to be the dean of postgraduate programs and research. So he was, I don't know where he got the confidence that I can come here and, you know, represent him.
So Professor James, your presentation is up.
Thank you. So
it's working. You can just use this.
Oh, good.
Forward
Thank you.
and backward. Okay? Just try. Point there. Come here. And you point there. No, you point there.
Okay.
You know? I just tested it now. That's it. Yeah, must point this. This direction.
Okay.
No, you must point there. Okay. I hope here.
So our Secretary of the International Relations, Lais Forchi Tomas, among others, we have Professor Chi, Professor Francisco Gagini, probably Professor Vladimir is very familiar with them. They've done a whole lot of work talking about the postgraduate program in our university and the internationalization drive. So I want to appreciate the organizer of this event. You know, it's not an easy thing, bringing number of people. This is an international event of this magnitude, looking at the logistics and all that is involved. So we want to thank them. Growing ARIFA partnership in Brazil, I also saw it somewhere, building FARA partnership in Brazil. So I can see the word growing, building is never an easy task. I remember as a young child going to the farm, you know, with my father. It wasn't an easy thing. Put the seed, and you have to, you know, remove all the weed and make sure you know, follow up till you have the maize and other things. So it involves a lot of investment. It involves a lot of hard work. It involves risk-taking. So on that, I imagine some of the fellows that are here coming, you know, participating, you know, in this program, some of those that are in our university, you are investing time, you are, taking some risk, but again, it takes someone of vision to be able to go this far. So why this one is not coming up, I'll just go ahead. Okay. So I put this one here just this afternoon because I was trying to now be emotional, looking at what kind of image am I presenting here. Based on some of the comments and questions that came up, and the issue of training doesn't come cheap. So I can imagine at the end of the 2 years what TED Fund will be investing on each fellows. So it is expected that there's a result and the possibility of giving back to the society. I had an opportunity when I was in China to meet with a professor who happens to be a Brazilian. She asked me, you did your master in Brazil? I said, yes. Your PhD, yes. Postdoc, yes. Who paid for all this? I said, Brazilian government. And she looked at me. So what does Brazilian government gain from all this? So I didn't have an answer. So I left her, and I was thinking about that when I went back to my hotel, right? The issue of...
Just to say that in total, what you have is 15 minutes, so
okay.
Manage your time.
So when you receive investment, when you receive some kind of support, it is expected at some point there will be some level of return you give back to the society. So I have this opportunity today to be able to be teaching, passing across some of the training that I received from Brazilian soil, the investment that I got from this country. And I'm happy to have some of Nigerians coming around, those that have been to my lab, at least they have time to take some coffee if for any other thing. So I hope with this number of people that are here, they are more like catalysts that will be able to take some of the, what they are acquiring, the training here back home. You can imagine a country of over 200 million people. So to whom much is given, like someone has said, much is expected. So I will run very fast. Maybe you don't know this guy. He used to be a very, handsome. Yeah, he has some gray hair now. That was when I visited him in Brasilia, 2011. So the emotional part, when I met with him, I learned the first Portuguese language with him while I was in Casaure. Obrigado, how to say it. I was watching those that are learning, trying to pronounce things and all that. I see that this is a transition period, and I can see that as a matter of time, you will all dominate the language and take the full. So here you've seen these pictures. There are challenges. Thank you. So there are challenges. We can always work on it. It is not going to be perfect at this time. So it is expected we detect the challenges and work on them. Next time, we know we're still going to have a number of fellows coming to Brazil. Maybe in the time, while buying tickets, trying to look for the time that is appropriate or easy enough to, meet with you at the airport and take you safely to the destination. I'm very proud that a number of things I don't know that people have asked me in my school about Nigerian. I can't tell as much as what Nasiru can say about Kano, So I have here Nigerian. I was very glad that we have this number of students on our campus. And part of our desire is to continue to create this multicultural atmosphere within our campus, expand, create a means of building on the interaction between our students and the fellows coming around and the professors on our campuses. So there are a few questions. So yesterday when I left the University of Goiás, I'll use this word in Portuguese, lavou a régua, which means, translated it, that probably they are, okay, doing very well. So the courses, the lab work, one of them couldn't come because it's running a number of experiments that is very expensive and, chronic treatment. So we are really, really very happy with what they have done so far. This is at their supervisors. Our former rector of the university who happens to be at the center. Challenges, yes, there are many. So we are here because of these challenges that help us to keep running and trying to build on, some of the successes that we've had so far. I won't go into the details. We have some material that I tried to print some of them out. Benefit, expectation are ahead. That if I have to continue here. I was.
Try this one. Not the battery. Okay.
Yeah. So. Okay. So, knowledge about the postgraduate program in Brazil is very important. When I was listening to Professor Dr. Yemi talking about the aspect of immersion, I feel is very, very important. The screening process is also very, very important, that you get the right person coming for the right research. We've seen very few cases of trying to change the research just to make sure that the student is able to go along with what is obtainable in the lab. So probably the screening process can also be worked upon. Financial difficulty, we have talked about that today, and I'm very glad and satisfied with what I've heard. There are issues, but here I learned so much and I hope to take that back to the university and meet with some of my colleagues who happens to be their supervisors. MOUs, we have them. I won't be throwing numbers here. We don't really have time for that, but we are very open to MOUs. We have a number of programs that are very interesting that the student can gain from veterinary medicine to all kind of field. My research work has to do with neuropharmacological evaluations of new drugs. So I have students, from the industry, that try to modify some, drugs, known drugs to develop or to get over some kind of side effect that are peculiar to some of those drugs. So we have a number of things going on. Biological sciences is an area you can invest. We can accept number of students. The agri business we're talking about today, we know agrotoxic is a very great issue. So we have a number of researchers which help us to go deeper into that. So we'll be very glad to have more students coming around. I told few people, while I was coming here, I received a message that I should help develop, we call it edital, which is selection process to allow students to participate in English language, to write exam. If they pass, they can get the scholarship here. That's another way of supporting what is going on here. So on that, we hope we can continue to contribute in, graduating students that are capable of going to the market without border. Nigeria, yes, is very important. Africa is very key. And again, we can gain a lot building capacity that cut across the world. So we are all coming from Guyana. Everybody's happy here. I still hope they are happy here. To me, Guyana remains the best place in Brazil. O óleo do dono de gado que engorda. So Vladimir, I would like to invite you and some of your colleagues at some point to come to Guyana and come and see what we have over there, and we'll be glad to have everybody around with us. So on that, if there's any question I can answer here, I will be glad. Thank you.
So I think it would be more productive if we should have all the presentations and then put people in the table, ask some questions quickly. Okay? Okay. So thank you very much, James. I'd like to invite Professor Paulo. And first, I would like to say that I'm very jealous for people from Goiás. Okay? Because we have worked a lot for this partnership. We have admitted around more than 60 Nigerian scholars. And then I worked contacting other universities to also admit students. And Goiás was one of the first ones. But the first scholars to arrive in Brazil were in Goiás. So the first picture was not UFV, was UFG. So I'm very jealous of you. Please.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation, Professor Vladimir, and thank you all of the organizers, people from ARIFA, people from Universidade Federal de Lavras. Now, I send my gratitude to the authorities here, right? And I will talk a little bit about our university, Universidade Federal de Lavras. Okay, I am a professor there. I have no direct connection with the international affairs. Our director of international affairs is traveling, so he asked me. So I will try to give you the point of view of a professor who is dealing directly with the students, all right? So first I will present for you our university. Please, could you? And I have a institutional video to know our university, and all of them are invited to be there, including you, Vladimir. Não está passando. Do you remember that technical problems that you told in the very first beginning? I think this is one of them. Here. So this is a brief video about our university. As you saw, we started 130 years ago, based on agricultural sciences, and then in a few years ago, the university suffered a very great expansion, and now we have several different courses, right? And so we are able to receive several Nigerians from different areas, all right? We are located here in the south of Minas Gerais. It's around 300 kilometers from here, 6 hours by car. And now this is the campus, all right? This is another campus that is opening. It's very new. It's started its activity this year, right? So in São Sebastião do Paraíso. And in this campus, we have only, until now, very technical, very applied courses. So this is the construction, this is a project, this is the construction. And now we have around 11,000 undergraduate students, around 215 graduate students. This number declined over these 2 years. We have, the pandemic was very harsh for us. We lost several students. And we have this number of programs. And these 34 master programs are able to receive, to make the partnership with FARA. But I will talk about it later. Now we have around 760 professors, right? And UFLA, a few years ago, is trying to improve the internationalization, right? So Professor Chalfon, who is the director, is working hard to make this happen, right? So if you want to see, there are several cooperation with different institutions, and we are very glad to be part of this program. All right, so I forgot to say, we thank to Professor Vladimir and UFV and ARIFA, first of all, to do this partnership, and secondly, to open for other universities, because it was a very important thing for several universities, not for UFV and ARIFA. So there are the other universities using this partnership to improve improve the internationalization. So we have also Portuguese as foreign language. We receive, most of our students from abroad is from South America or Latin America. But we are trying to invite, to receive people from other countries. And this program was the initial fire to do this, because we were forced to, in a very good way, to make a complete master program in English. So we are using now for you Nigerians, but the program will still open for receive people from all the countries. So here is a meeting with foreign students that occurred in March, and now we have the students from Nigeria here, These are students. This is our dean, our rector. These students from other countries. And talking now about the FARA program with us, remember that I told you that we have 34 master programs there. But even with a very hard work of our international affairs, only 4 programs decided to be part of this program. This is one of our higher problem. Our bigger problem is the lack of initiative of the professors to be part of it. So we have 2 students in plant physiology program, is where I teach, 1 in phytopathology, 1 in systems and automation engineering, and 1 in computer science. From these 5, 1 is not in Brazil yet. She had a problem with his papers, and he's not in Brazil yet. He's trying hard to be here, but she has some problems. So I asked to all the advisors how was the students, and we have no complaint. All of our 5 students are very great, very great. The medium grade is 8 in 10, so it's higher than the general mean of all students. So they are, in general, very hardworking. And as Jaume said, I think at least these 5 that's there, they are using very well this opportunity. So the challenges that we are facing and that we have to work hard is, for me, this is the main problem. Why the professors, why the coordinators of the programs don't enter in the program, don't apply to the program? Because the professor has to teach in English. So this is a very important obstacle. And I don't know speak English, but I'm not ashamed. This is the difference. I try to. I'm learning a lot with my students. I teach for 2 of them. But most of the professors, they want to stay in their comfort zone, I think, because they have to teach in English, and also they have to duplicate the time inside the room, because we have to teach in Portuguese for our regular students, and then we have to go to another class and teach the same course in English. So we have to double our time. So this is the difficulty that we are facing to convince the professors to be part of it. And we invited the students from the regular courses to be in the classroom with the foreign students. The answer, the obvious answer, no. I can't understand English, so I will do a course that I want to understand nothing. So it seems to me that both professors and both students don't want to get out of the zone, the comfort zone, all right? So I think this is the main problem. But it's my opinion, all right? As I told you, this is my view as professor, all right? Another very important problem is to raise fundings for research, because we receive the students, but we don't have money to do the research. We have to get money from other sources. So there are professors that told, oh, I have my continuous research. So if I receive a foreign student, I will have to change my research because we think in doing something that the Nigerian guys could use there. So maybe we have to change our research view. And then the professor says, no, I won't, we'll put money in a research that doesn't fit me, all right? This is a very serious problem that the students suffer, that they have to translate all the documentation. So it's very expensive for the students. We don't have, the DRI, the International Affairs, has people who wrote in English, but in other spaces of the university are not. So sometimes the students have several difficulties to understand the documents, to receive the emails with messages. So this is serious things that we are trying to fix, right? So there are a few difficulties to implement a full course in English, because we had to implement a full course in English. So this is the web page of my program, where I am a coordinator. So we can see we have a doctorate course, and we have now, from 2021, 2 masters. One of them is fully in English. All right. So, but I'm not here only for complaining. We saw and we see several opportunities, right? So, as an opportunity is strengthening the South cooperation, as been told early in the morning. We are happy to help to qualify students from Africa. This is very important. We can exchange experiences. So I ask all the time for my students, everything about the city, about the culture, about the crops, about everything. So it's a very important exchange of experiences. And the students also, the Brazilian students also try to exchange experience. So for me and for other professors, improvement our teaching methods and practice English, and we can open, and the courses are open for the regular program, but the students in general don't look for. But I think this is because we are in the very beginning. As the time will pass, the students will realize that's necessary, that's important, that is an opportunity. And we have a very intense cultural and technical exchange among the professor and students and among the students. So the main objective for us, for UFLA, is to strengthen and consolidate the collaboration program UFLA and ARIFA. And I was thinking about PhD, and this was commented in the morning. So that's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So I will now invite the next presenter, Professor Guilherme de Paula Nogueira. Thank you. O pointer é de cima.
Tá. Legal. Hi, good afternoon. My name is a little difficult to pronounce. Also, is Guilherme. Is a Portuguese version of William, so you can call me either William, Bill, Gilly, whatever. It's very hard to tell. Anyway, I'm an assistant provost of international affairs from the UNESP, University of São Paulo State. In São Paulo State, we have 3 universities from the state. That's USP, University of São Paulo, University of Campinas, and UNESP. Okay, I'm a vet. I teach animal physiology. So I've been hired for the international office for the last 1.5 years, but I still have my roots in research at my university. Well, UNESP is a comprehensive university. It has almost all the courses that are possible. And it's a young university based on the ones that have been shown here. We have 43 years old. And, well, just for you to have an idea, this is Brazil down here. And we are in São Paulo State. That's south of Minas Gerais. And UNESP has a different strategy. It's spread out all over the state. So we are in 24 cities. We have 34 colleges that cover almost all São Paulo State. This is very complicated on the base of administration. And then we have many courses that are duplicated. Like we have 3 veterinarian courses, we have 5 agronomy courses, we have 4 animal science courses, we have 8 biology courses, because each city asks for a demand, a local demand on the knowledge, and then they start building new courses. So we are very strong on agriculture, but just for you to have an idea, we have 40,000 undergrad students, we have 14,000 postgraduated, and we are around 3,000 faculty members. And we have 136 courses with 63 different major courses. So as I told you, many of them are duplicated in different cities. We have 26 master and PhD programs. We have an average of 2,000 masters and 1,200 PhD a year. And we have 676 research groups that cover almost all the areas of research, and we produce nearly 10% of Brazilian publication. If we think about areas, our main area is agriculture and biology science. Those are research areas based on publication number on SciVal. Mainly, we do agriculture and biological science. Medicine is very strong. We just have 1 course of medicine, but it's a very, very important course for us. And also, biochemistry and genetic and molecular biology, it's very strong. So I think it was mentioned here before, we are very good on animal science, on breeding and enhancing breeds. Besides those, we have research and distribute in all the other areas. Physics and astronomy, we do very well because we are related to CERN in France. So we do a lot of research on these. Just to have an idea, this is a rank, Edu rank, for last year on veterinary medicine. So according to this, we are on the 6th place in the world. We're just behind those here, and we are doing very well on agriculture. So last year, 2000, Vladimir came to us and asked if we could host some students from Nigeria, from FARA and ARIFA. And then the strategy that was made at this time, I think, was very good, because Vladimir gave us a list of the students and with their profile, so the professors could choose the students. I think this was very good. Because if a student keep asking one professor, and sometimes they ask many professors, and so they make a mess on emails and everything else. So if we intend to repeat this procedure, I think it worked very well. So the professor got in the list and checked each student profile, and then identify the one that fits for his research team, and then invite the student. So I think that was very important. We made many meetings with the professors and trying to convince them to have Nigerian students. And as everybody said here, English language was a very important barrier for our professors. So now we have 5 students from Nigeria. We have 2 in Jaboticabal, that's the city here, and we have 3 in Bauru. Just for you to have an idea, I teach in this city here, Araçatuba, and from here to São Paulo is 500 kilometers. So if I want to go to the beach, I have to drive 800 kilometers from here to there. But the roads are much better than here, so we can drive very fast. Anyway, so who are they? Abayomi is those that are in Bauru with Professor Gustavo Ribeiro. Abayomi is studying flood risk assessment. Abraham is working on decentralized anaerobic treatment for municipal wastewater. And Emmanuel is working on machine learning and artificial neural network and flocculation water. Those are in Bauru, so those are here in the middle of the state. And we have 2 that are in Jaboticabal. Ibrahim is working with Vitor Miranda, doing research on genetic variability of sesame. Here's working here, there's have been working. And Karin Daniola is at Jaboticabal working with protein diet for broilers. So he's doing very well. Considering their performance on the postgraduate course, as everybody said here, they're doing very well. There's no complaint about them. They are very committed with the research, and the professors are very happy with the Nigerian students that are there. The main, oh yeah, that's good. I have to clap off. The main challenge, again, is the lack of documentation in English. The websites are not in English, and this is a struggle for the course. But by the other side, if we transpass this problem, we open our university for all the foreigners. I mean, it will be more friendly for foreigners. So that's a challenge for us, but it's very important for us to go through this. So this is one thing that we believe it's very important. And what's the better thing about internationalization is to increase possible collaboration with your professors, your researchers from the country, so we increase the network of our collaboration. And something that we call in-house internationalization. As we bring students from abroad, our students have experience on different cultural knowledge and living difference. So this is very important. And what we call in-house internationalization. So based on this, UNESCO is open for more students, and me that are from the international office, we are doing whatever we can to find place for your students and try to get them on the better things that they can. So thank you very much. I have an email here, and thank you.
Thank you, Professor Aguilera. Thank you. So I will now invite the next speaker. That's Professor Anderson Antonio Gamarano. Falei errado o nome? Ixi. Okay, I'm so sorry. Apparently I didn't call the correct name. Qual que eu? Tá. Jacqueline. Ah, entendi. Tá bom. Okay. So you can introduce yourself and then. Jacqueline.
Is it working? Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Boa tarde. Tudo bem com vocês? Muito bom. It's a pleasure to meet you all here. My name is Jacqueline Pinheiro Schultz. I'm the director of the International Relations Office of Federal University of Ouro Preto. My colleague Anderson Gamarano is here with us today as well. So I'm really happy to be here and to meet all of you today here at Federal University of Viçosa. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about our university, Federal University of Ouro Preto. Someone knows what means Ouro Preto? Black gold, that's it. Well, this is our main campus. Could you... Você poderia colocar maior? Ah, tá, ótimo. This is our main campus in Ouro Preto, but we also have a campus in Mariana and in João Monlevade. Those are cities here in Minas Gerais state as well. We are going to share with you. Well, a little bit of the history of our university. It was created in 1969 by the merger of two centenary schools in Brazil, the School of Pharmacy from 1839, the first school of pharmacy in Latin America, and also from the School of Mines from 1876, the first school dedicated to mining, mineralogy, and metallurgy in Brazil. This is the... Where we have the point here? No. Okay, yeah. Here is the School of Pharmacy, the oldest one, actually in the city center, and here the School of Mines, also in the city center. Well, nowadays we have a community of more than 15,000 students, almost 1,000 professors, almost 800 technical and administrative staff. We have 55 undergraduate programs, 16 PhD, and 34 master degree. This is our main entrance of the campus. Well, those are our programs. I'm not going to read all of them, okay? It's just to have an idea of the programs that we offer. Well, we are in Minas Gerais state, as UFV, of course. It's important to say that Minas Gerais state is the state where we have the biggest number of federal universities in Brazil. We have 12 universities. So you guys that are in Minas Gerais, you are in a very important state for higher education in Brazil as well. And those are our campuses. Here we have the buildings in Mariana and also in João Monlevade, and here in the part here, in Ouro Preto. Well, Ouro Preto is considered a cultural heritage by UNESCO since 1980 due to our Baroque architecture, and most of the gold extracted in Brazil was extracted here in this region, in Ouro Preto and Mariana. Parts of a very important part of history of Ouro Preto, of Brazil, happened in Ouro Preto, in our region. The movement for independence of Brazil started there as well. So we are in a place full of history and very important to the history of our country. It's very beautiful. I invite you, all of you, to come to visit us. It's 2.5 hours from here, from Viçosa, and I hope next time, maybe, Vladimir, we can go to Viçosa as well to get the fellows, our colleagues from Nigeria as well, to get to know Ouro Preto. We also have campus in Mariana. Mariana was the first capital of Minas Gerais state. Anderson was born in Mariana. After Mariana, the capital was Ouro Preto, and then in 1897, the capital moved to Belo Horizonte. The region is very recognized because of iron ore producer as well. We are the second biggest producer in Brazil, and other minerals too. And João Monlevade is a more contemporary city. They have there a lot of production of steel. The biggest steel company in Latin America is located in João Monlevade. Besides history, besides all the history and also all the knowledge where we have developed in Ouro Preto, we also have a very beautiful landscape. We are in a region with a transition of biomes, so we have a lot of species that are from the region of Ouro Preto, Minas Gerais, and João Monlevade, and they are also part of our research and make us also have two beautiful landscapes. So it's a very nice place. University of Ouro Preto is also among the 6 best universities in Latin America, is also ranked in the impact rankings. It's one of the best universities in Brazil regarding the impact rankings. This ranking is regarding the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. So we are very proud also to have this work recognized, the impacts of the work that we have been doing to society by the rankings as well. Regarding internationalization, we have partnerships all around the world, and we are looking forward to expand our international cooperation through Latin America and also Africa. We have strong bonds with Africa, and we wish to make them even better. So for us to participate on the ARIFA program is an awesome opportunity. So thank you so much for the opportunity to host the students here. Thank you, Vladimir, for sharing with us the opportunity. So it's a great pleasure to us to be in the program. We have about 100 international students from undergraduate programs and also graduate programs, and for sure we didn't have partnerships with Nigeria yet, so it was also a great opportunity to start it. Well, as the other colleagues already said, in 2020 we were invited from UFV to get to the program, ARIFA program. We had several meetings with the graduate programs in order to publish the opportunity. Professor Vladimir also participated on those meetings with us. We shared information with the candidates, and we had a lot of contact between the candidates and the graduate programs. So finally, we have 4 students selected from the mathematics education program and also the ecology of tropical biomes. We started with a lot of orientation to explain to the students about our university, about the programs, about the enrollment procedures. We start to offer in Portuguese language courses even before the master degree courses started. And in August 2021, the virtual classes have begun. And on March 22, the face-to-face activities started. And we expect to end the program, at least for the 3 students that are already here in Brazil, by July 2023. We have 1 student that has not come yet because of issues with documentation as well, as the other colleague has commented. So this is one of our challenges, so the part of documents. So who are the professors? They are Daniel Orey and Milton Rosa. They are supervising Emmanuel and Ayodeji. Emmanuel is here. We're having some pictures. Hello, Emmanuel. They work with ethnomathematics, ethnomodeling, also distance education, inclusive education. So this is the research topic of Emmanuel, working with mathematical competencies. So if you'd like to take more information about the research, I'm sure he would be glad to share. And also we have 2 students in the Ecology of Tropical Biomes program, with Professor Eneida and Professor Yasmini. They work with ecosystem and community ecology and also with the ecological restoration. They have been doing a very important work with the restoration of areas that were damaged because of some hydroelectricals in Brazil and also because of the dams in the mining industries that we had in our region. So Ibrahim and Musin are working with them, with Professor Eneida and also with Professor Yasmini. So what were our challenges? We shared a lot of the challenge with the colleagues that already told today, Professor Murillo this morning, and also all the professors that already had their presentations. Our internal regulations were a challenge for us as well, so we have to update them. The English course offer, because most of the professors, they don't feel comfortable to offer those courses in English. Also, the documentation, the process of authentication of documents in Nigeria, it was not that easy, and so we had to understand this process in order to explain to the students as well. So it was kind of challenging, but fortunately we could overcome this challenge as well. The cultural shock, where I believe that language, the habits, it was something that also for us to learn, for those students also to learn, that we have cultural difference, so I think we could work more on this point as well, talking a little bit more with the students before they come. That's why it's awesome to get to know each other in person, because we can also share about this. The students' integration, we have some international students at the university for sure, but after 2 years, the students are coming back to campus. So to integrate those students has been also a new work and a challenge for us. And the registration at the Federal Police, unfortunately, the students has to go to Belo Horizonte, and sometimes the schedule is not available, but now, finally, they are going next week, right? Everybody. And so what were the solutions that we are trying to work on? In communication, for sure, since the first beginning, with the students, with the supervisors, with the programs, with the consulate as well, to understand all the process. This is very, very important. We have a specific part in our International Relations Office dedicated to giving support to the students' orientation since they are approved in our university, so they get all the information of how to arrive at the university and also about the enrollment process and all the stuff, how to get housing. The culture activities, that's an opportunity to meet our students and also to get to know a little bit more about Brazilian culture. We had some virtual activities before, during the pandemic time, that was even worse than now. And nowadays we are having also face-to-face activities, so they also help in the integration of the students. The Portuguese language class is provided by the university since before they started the master degree classes. The students, the International Student Network also plays a very important role for these students to get support to stay in Brazil. And for sure, updating our international regulations regarding the enrollment of international students and the offer of English language. So there are so many benefits with the program. So just here some pictures of the activities. The students went to Mariana to get to know a little bit more of the city. They also get to know, to go around the campus in Ouro Preto and also in Mariana, studying Portuguese, also now face-to-face classes now in our training room next to the International Relations Office. And the benefits for internationalization of our university are so many. We could be here talking for all the afternoon. So we are working in improving our international network, the cooperation with Nigeria that just started. Thank you so much for the opportunities. The opportunity to interact with different cultures. Here we had the presentation about Nigeria last year in our internationalization seminar, so it was a great opportunity to get to know more. The increase in the number of international students, for sure, for us, it's very, very important. Being part of the program also, it's a way to motivate teachers to offer more courses in English and to work for internationalization. Updating of our regulations, for sure. Opportunity to the students to follow other courses in English that has been offered for the other universities, so it's also an opportunity for us. And of course, to share the knowledge developed in Brazil and to build knowledge with all of you. Well, I'm coming to the end. This is our office. I hope you all there in Ouro Preto, and thank you so much for your attention. You are in the best place to get to know how to adaptate things. This is Brazil, and we are very glad you all are here. Thanks so much. Obrigada.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Jacqueline. Excellent presentation. I just got to know that Professor Jacqueline used to work here at UFV with, well, as a student at UFV with Professor Vladimir, so I'm not surprised. So I would now like to call on the next presenter, last but not the least, Professor Eduardo Cristina Gardia. So I'm just realizing that we've just passed the time by about 10, 15 minutes. So although we've run out of time, but it's not so bad, right? It's just that it can get tiring sometimes. I believe he's downloading he's uploading his presentation onto the computer and will be here shortly. Professor Eduardo is from Universidade Federal de Itajuba.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here to present you the University of Itajubá and also to represent the International Relations Office of our university. I'll start to do my presentation showing a short video from Itajubá. We have two campuses, one in Itajubá city and another one in Itabira. Please. It will carry in a minute. While it's opening, I want to thank, on behalf of the Professor Bortoni, the director of Unifei, and Professor Tales, the director of International Relations of Itajubá, Professor Demetrius, also Dr. Emi Akiban-Anjo, Arksoni Echeno, His Excellency Professor Mohamed McCarthy. Thank you very much. And also to Vladimir to invite our university to be part of this program. Thank you very much. Thank you. This video gives you an idea about the numbers of Unife, about the courses and what you offer to international students and also Brazilian students, of course. I'll start the presentation. Okay, thank you. I'm talking on behalf of the International Relations Office. I'm professor of the electrical engineering course. Also, I have a participation in the International Office Relation as a coordinator of international relations in Itajubá. I teach subjects in the electrical course, for also the energy engineering course, and in the graduate program of electrical engineering graduate program. Okay, thank you. Next one. Oh, let's see here. Oh, great. It's for the presentation here in the symposium. The objective of the presentation is to try to answer some questions related to the students that are enrolled in the program. Also showed how many programs we are doing with the Nigerian students. Show, of course, the challenges and benefits from the internalization of the program. First, I'd like to talk about the Masters in Electrical Engineering. At this program, we have one student, Uchenna Onu. He traveled with me, he's over there. Thank you, Uchenna. The concentration area that he's engaged is related to automation and industrial electrical systems. I showed some words of the coordinator of the course, that he says that Uchenna is doing a very well job, having taken 4 subjects last semester, all with very good performance, average above 9. As you saw in the other presentations, all international students from Nigeria are taking it very seriously. So we saw other examples in the programs of our colleagues in other universities before my presentation. So congratulations for all. These subjects that he's taken, well, first, he had taken 4 subjects last semester. It's related with advanced solutions in power system, on isolated DC-DC converters, real-time power system analysis and security monitoring, energy storage for smart grids, and at this semester he is enrolled for 4 more classes that are power electronics in power systems. It's being offered in hybrid systems of classes. Also philosophy and ethics of research and methodological development, also in hybrid system of classes, online, right? Master's-oriented study with his advisor, and Portuguese as a foreign language. He transferred from the program here in Viçosa to Itajubá. He's taking it presential, right? Regarding the challenges in electrical engineering, master's program, it's more related to translation of part of the documentations, as all our friends also said they had in their universities. It's mainly the talk of the electrical master's coordinator. Regarding the benefits of the program, we can say about the interaction between professors and the students, the experience, culture, the use of English as a language for communication in the classroom, dissemination of information in the postgraduate course, also to stimulate the interest of non-Portuguese speakers to participate in the postgraduate program, in the graduation program in the future. Now we can have more students from abroad. Now I'll talk about the Masters in Mechanical Engineering. There we have two students enrolled that are Geoffrey and Mohamed. They didn't arrive in Brazil yet, so they could be participating through online mode classes last semester. The concentration area of their research is in thermal fluids and flow machines. And the words of the coordinator now is that we still have some challenges to surpass, to have more students. And since the students arrive in Brazil, for sure we will be more involved to solve and help the students with the documentation and so on in the program. These subjects they taken last semester is special studies in energy conversion. That was from Nigeria, online classes. Two-phase flow with heat transfer. Only in this case, only the material were prepared in English. The classes were given in Portuguese. So it's kind of a challenge also for the professors. As we said, some professors have some difficulties to start teaching in English. So one solution for this case, they produce the material in English and teach in Portuguese. You know, kind of tough, but you know, it was the way they found to get the professors involved in the program. Some advanced strengths of materials, offered, but not taken because the field of research of these two students is not related with this subject. For this semester, the subjects offered are philosophy and ethics of research and technological development, master's-oriented studies, and Portuguese as a foreign language. But we are still waiting for them to be here in Brazil. So they are not really registered for this for any subjects this semester yet. Regarding challenges, a few professors are offering subjects in English in the mechanical department. Some professors are offering only the material in English. We have only part of the documentations in English for the students. For example, as the follow-up form in the end of the semester, it's still all in Portuguese. From last semester, the experience that we had with these two students on online classes, we saw that they had some bad connections with the internet, so it was kind of a challenge too. And the academic system is all in Portuguese, so we still have to deal with this to help these students with using the system by themselves. Regarding the benefits of the program, we can say that is the interaction between advisor and professor and students. it's not in English, but just to give you some numbers, the doctorate in electrical engineering is graded 5 in MEC evaluation. Mechanical engineering has the grade 4. And there are other courses for masters and PhD programs, just to give you an idea. Summary some numbers of the UNIFE. I already showed some of these numbers in the video. Here also some other numbers to give an idea about what we have there. Mainly for the PhD, we have last year 32% of the students enrolled in PhD and 51 in the masters. This is our team of the international office. Professor Thales, the director of international relations. Under SB, coordinator of international relations. Claudia, the executive secretary, and Simone, the translation and communication. And here, to finish my presentation, is a view from the Capricorn line on the littoral of São Paulo state. I can say that for this experience being here, I'm very glad. I used to look for this picture, this scenario, and see the very, very far line on the horizon. So now I can see more from this symposium that's in the other side. You are there, and you can be very closer now. Thank you.
So as we have presentations of the 5 universities, I think I would just like to tell you that these were some contacts that I have made myself during those 2 years. But was about 30 universities. As I said, it was very difficult for us to recruit. Some of them were like, they really believed in this project. As you can see that they said they can see the benefits. And also I'm going to ask them to help us with Fulbright today to give their testimonies for our colleagues. So also the other universities that can also join this project, okay? So I think we can close this session now. And I also would tell you something about the coffee break. We had a coffee break planned for the morning, another one for the afternoon. But we were finishing here just 1 hour before the lunch. So we tried to keep the packages here in a place that was not so hot. We thought that if you took those packages there, it was too hot, it'd be rotten. So you can take 2 packages now. Of course, it's not the one from the morning, it was not so fresh, but it's much fresher than if you could have taken them, okay? So you can take, Lisa is going to show you the one that is completely fresh now, and the other one that was from the morning, but it's fresher than if you have taken. You can take two of them now. Thank you very much. So for tomorrow, I think I'm going to talk with Abdul, what are our plans for tomorrow. We're going to send you instructions exactly where we are going to meet, and we are going to split the group, okay? Yeah, please, you can close it. I thought you were going to have no. Okay. Right. Fine. So that we're going to send you instructions, okay, for tomorrow, okay? I think we're going, maybe about 9, I think maybe we're going to start the activities, but we're going to send instructions to everyone and how we're going to meet, and we're going to split the group. I think we'll be in 6 groups to develop some strategies and come back here during the afternoon. We're going to send you instructions.